Hello guys, and welcome to the video. So this video is part 3 of the reinforcement and detailing of the slab series. So part 1 and 2, if you haven't watched part 1 and 2, the link is in the description. Make sure you watch both part 1 and 2, where I cover how to reinforce your slab, both bottom and top reinforcement. And then on part 3, now I talk about detailing of the slab. So here I have with me a fully detailed slab that we've been working on throughout the series. So I'll just show you how to do this so that now your slab will be ready for presentation. So on part 1, we covered these, the bottom bars, that is the bottom ones and the bottom twos. Link is in the description if you haven't seen this. And on part 2, we covered the top reinforcement, how to do the top ones and the top twos on the same slab. And I showed you how to divide these two into bottom and top, just so that you don't get confused. So if you haven't seen part 2 also, the link is in the description. So now we'll carry on from this and do now the detailing, which is now part 3 of this slab series. So here I have my tops. You can see them. So my diameter 8 bars are pink in color and my diameter 10 bars are black in color. That's why you see the color difference. In bottom, I have only top 10s. I have only 10 diameter. So all my reinforcement is black in color. But here I have top T8s and T10s. That's why I have pink and black. If you're wondering how to do this, you simply use your Manage tab. In the Settings panel, just use Object Styles. So here under Object Styles, you scroll down to Structural Rebar. Here, expand this, and you'll see all your reinforcement diameters there. So you can change your color. You can see my diameter 8s are magenta and diameter 10s are black. So you can easily do that here under Object Styles. Just click OK on that. So to detail your slab, there are quite a number of things you need to do first. So you can start with your bottom bars or you can start with your top bars. It doesn't matter. I'll start with the top bars. You'll need to select your top bars, e.g. these ones. Then scroll down and fill in comments. If it's a top 2, fill in the comment top 2, and also make sure the partition is filled in. So in my case, my partition is third floor slab. You can do slab, you can do floor, whichever you want. Just make sure that your rebar has a partition. So I mentioned partition in some of the rebar videos. So always make sure that anytime you reinforce in Revit, that you put in a partition in your reinforcement. It's quite helpful. I'll show you why a bit later on in this video. It's quite helpful in organizing your reinforcement, either in your schedule or when you're doing your reinforcement settings. So always make sure whenever you reinforce any element, just make sure you put in a partition. It can be beam, it can be column, it can be floor, it can be footing, whichever it is, just make sure that your reinforcement has a partition. So go through all these bars and make sure they have a comment. This comment, top 2, will help us identify the bar. I've done a tag here so that I show you what that means. So this tag, for this tag to put in this top 2, you have to tell Revit that this bar is a top 2. So I found that one of the quickest way for me to do that is by selecting this bar and doing a comment. Yeah, so if you select this bar, you'll see comment is top 1. You select the red bar, comment is top 2. And also make sure that you fill in the partition. So if I select all my bars here on the tops, then I filter, check none, and check only structural rebar, okay, you'll see that the partition for all my reinforcement on that floor is that floor slab. But the comments vary because I have top 1 and top 2. So this is top 1, this is top 1, and this is top 2. So if you had followed everything that we did on part 2 of this series, it's quite easy for the top 2s to name the top 2s since they have a different diameters under comments. Just select any, and since they are all straight and they all have 8mm diameter, you just right click, select all instances visible in view, and it will select all the top 2s only since they are all T8s. Then you just fill in the comment top 2 here. Just type it in. Just type in top 2 comment. For the top 1s, just select a top 1, which are 10mm diameter. Since they are different, you right click, select all instances visible in view, and it will select all the top 1s, and you can simply fill in the comment here, top 1. Also make sure you fill in partition as slab. In my case, third floor slab, and make sure you do the same for the top 2s. Make sure the partition is third floor slab. Once you're done with that, so the comment and the partition, as we'll see as we proceed with the video, they'll come in very, very handy. So go to the bottom bars, So we did this on part 1 of this series. You can check that out. Link is in the description. So for the bottom ones, since they are all T10s, we might not be able to select, right click and select all instances like we've done for the top bars. So for the bottom bars, just select your top ones. You can use Control key on your keyboard to select all the bottom ones at the same time. Yeah, it might be a bit tricky, but just hover your mouse over the bottom ones and select all the bottom ones. Make sure you select all the bottom ones. If you select bottom 2s by mistake, press on Shift and then use the minus key to remove it. Then press back again on Control and continue adding your bottom ones. Once you select all your bottom ones, like in my case, I had already done this using your Control key. Just make sure you type in comment as bottom 1. And also make sure partition is that floor slab. Yeah, make sure you do this for the bottom 2 also. Select the bottom 2s. These are the bottom 2s. Use your Control key and make sure you put in the comment bottom 2, B2, and also make sure the partition is that floor slab. So make sure you do this for all the bottom bars, So check part 1 on how we did the bottom bars. It would also be, if you can do this exercise while you draw the reinforcement, it might make your work easier later on. But as you can see in this video, you can still do it after. So make sure that all your bottom reinforcement, you have a comment, either bottom 1 or bottom 2, and that they are all in partition third floor. So I have already done this for this slab. So once you do that, we'll use our schedule to make our work easier. So schedules and quantities. So I won't go deep into rebar schedule. I'll do this in another video where I'll talk exclusively about the rebar schedule. For now, we'll just use it to help us to select our elements easily and to also audit our elements. So scroll down in your project browser to schedule stroke quantities. After you are done with adding the comment and the partition, simply scroll down to schedule stroke quantities, right click on schedule stroke quantity, and then say new schedule stroke quantity. Scroll down and select structural rebar. Yeah, mine will be 2, rebar schedule 2, since I already have 1, which is okay. Then simply say okay. Then select partition, what we've just done, partition. And let's do partition for now. Then say okay. So I only need the field partition. So let's sort these and group using your sorting and grouping in your properties palette, edit. Sort these by partition and then make sure to not itemize. Then simply say okay. There we have it. So these are all the partitions I have in my drawing. I have that floor slab, base B1, beam B1, column C1, staircase. So for every element that I've done, I've given it a partition. You might have only that floor slab and blanks here, which is okay. This means that there is some reinforcement in your drawing that doesn't have a partition. If that's the case, then you need to go back to your drawing and make sure that each and every reinforcement you've done has a partition. In my case, as you can see, all my reinforcement have a partition, but we are interested in the third floor slab partition. So let's leave this schedule there for now and scroll back to third floor, our original third floor without the reinforcement. Then simply right click and duplicate it. You can duplicate with detailing or just the normal duplicate. And there you have it, the third floor copy 1. We can rename this to third floor details just to distinguish it from the rest. Then I don't want to see these sections. They are very messy. So I'll just use visibility graphics override here, edit. Or you can press VG on your keyboard, which is the keyboard shortcut for visibility graphics edit. Scroll to annotation categories and then scroll down to sections and just turn off sections. We don't need them. Hit apply, okay. So we don't need the sections. We still need to show our reinforcement here. So we need to change the view visibility state to view unobscured. Here is where the schedule comes in handy. Go back to the schedule you just created. In my case, rebar schedule 2. Then select partition third floor slab. What Revit will do, it will select all the reinforcement in the partition third floor slab. And then you can go back to your third floor details. It will have selected all your third floor slab rebar. Then simply use view visibility states, edit. Scroll down to third floor details and make sure it's view unobscured. View unobscured is ticked. Just say okay. What this will do, it will show all your third floor reinforcement. So in these other floor plans, in this floor plan, you can only see the bottoms. In this other floor plan, you can only see the tops. But now in that floor details, you want to see both bottoms and tops. So you will have this mesh-like. So in this mesh, you can see both your bottom and your top reinforcement. This is under third floor details. With this now, you can start doing your annotations or your details. So another thing I need to audit before I start doing my details, it's quite crucial that all your reinforcement has a comment. So you can also use the schedule to check whether you've done a comment on all your reinforcement. So go back to the schedule we just did, the rebar schedule 2. Then go back to fields, edit, and add comments. Add comments, say okay. So it shows varies. We need to tell it to show every comment. So go back to sorting stroke grouping, edit, sort by partition, then by comments. Comments, then say okay. Yeah, then it will show all the comments. So I just want to make sure that for that floor slab partition, all my bar have a comment, either B1, B2, T1, or T2. And I can clearly see that here. So ignore the ones for the base. I'm just interested in the ones on the third floor. So for the third floor, I can see they all have comments, either B1, B2, T1, or T2. So that's a way to audit and make sure that you've put in a you put in a comment for all your third floor slab reinforcement or your floor slab reinforcement. You can use your schedule to do an audit. So I'll go back to that floor details. Now we can begin annotating our slab. So this tends to take a little while and can be tedious. So how do we do this? We'll use our annotate tab. In our tag panel, we'll use the multi-rebar tag, the aligned multi-rebar annotation tag. So if I just tag this one, for example, scroll down. So click, I need to make this vertical. So I'll just press spacebar, which is the shortcut. You can press spacebar, or you can simply change it here from horizontal to vertical. I find it's easier to just press spacebar. So sorry, we do that again. Just select that tag and delete it. Tag by category, sorry, multi-rebar, aligned, select it. Scroll down, press spacebar. Sorry, let me change this to vertical. Then I'll have my tag there. So the way I prefer to do my tags, it might be different in your case. If you check the detail, I prefer to begin at one corner, then move all around through the slab, all around until I get all my reinforcement. So I prefer to start at any corner, maybe e.g. this one, and then just move around my slab, doing all the annotations around, around, around until I get all my bars on the slab tagged. So you can do the same. So one of the best ways I found to do this so that you make sure you get all the bars on your slab. Let me delete this tag. Is when you put in your aligned multi-rebar tag, if I tag these bars and I place my vertical tag here, I just escape twice on my keyboard, come back and select the tagged bars, and then change my presentation to show middle rebar in rebar set. So my tag will only show the middle bar. I'll repeat the same, aligned multi-rebar tag. I'll place a vertical one again. And then I'll select the bars I've just tagged and then show here under presentation. Escape twice, select the bars here under presentation, show middle. Then I'll show the middle bar. I'll click back again. So any bar that is showing middle means that the bar is tagged, and any bar that isn't showing middle is not yet tagged. So this will help you identify the bars that you've tagged and the bars that you haven't tagged yet, because this meshwork can get really confusing if you don't find a way to systematically tag your bars. You may find that you've missed a few bars. So go back again to aligned multi-rebar. Select your bar. Place your tag. like that. You align multi-rebar tag, select the bars, and then simply under presentation, show middle rebar. So as you continue tagging, your bars will continue showing middle and your meshwork will become more organized. So anywhere where the bar doesn't show middle, you'll just know that you still haven't tagged the bar. Multi-rebar again, select the bar, place this in, tag, select the bars, and then just show middle. Align multi-rebar tag, select the bars, place in the tag, escape twice, select the bars again, and then show middle. It might tend to get a bit monotonous, but it's I found that it's one of the best ways to make sure that you tag all your bars. Aligned multi-rebar, select your bar, click to place your tag, select your bar, the one you've just tagged, select, then show middle. Yeah. So another thing, like in this case, when I show the middle bar, it's overlapping with the tag. So I normally just edit the bar, just select the bar. Instead of showing middle, just under presentation, just say select rebar set to show, then select none, and then choose which bar you want to show, and then simply click finish. So just to make your work a bit more neater. Yeah. Another issue I have is here with the tags. So some tags will appear straight from the get-go, but some will be a bit crooked. Worry not. Just select your tag, then up here, click on select tag, then use this arrow here, long press and drag it to make your tag straight. Select the tag, click up here on select tag, then long press on this arrow key to make it straight. You can even move it just so that it somehow aligns with the others. Same as this one, I'll just select it, select tag, and long press, make sure that it aligns with the others. So if you continue doing this and showing middle, your slab will continue clearing up. And by the end of it, you should have no bar showing all. You should just, all bars should show just one bar. It may be the middle bar, or in this case, like here, I changed the presentation. It still shows one bar, but you change the location. Maybe show middle might be a bit untidy. So you can just choose under presentation which bar to show. Make sure just that your work is neat and it's visible. So here I'll do align multi-rebar. Place the tag here. There you have it. Select the tag, then show middle. Yeah. Another thing is this aligned multi-rebar tag. You'll need to edit this tag so that it shows B1, B2, T1, T2, which we did in the comments. So if you remember, the first thing we've done in this exercise is select the bars and put in a comment. So now when we tag, the comment appears to show either the bar is a bottom 1 or a bottom 2. So if I select any of these aligned multi-rebar tag, and then I go to edit type, you'll see you have to change the tag family to a rebar tag family that shows the comment. You can see my tag family shows comment as the last thing. And also you have to change the dimension style to whichever you prefer, the linear dimension style. So if you want to show arrow and a dot, you have to change the linear dimension style to arrow and a dot. So if I escape twice, here under annotate dimension, linear, here is where you change your linear style. You have a couple of linear styles, but you can edit type, duplicate, and change your linear style. Choose an arrow, choose the interior tick mark. Make as many edits. You can even change the text font. for your linear dimension style. Then duplicate and rename it. Then do the edits and just click OK. And then also do the same under tag. Under tag, make sure you have your rebar tag, and make sure you have your rebar tag. Let me just put in one tag here just to show you. Then in your rebar tag, make sure you choose the correct rebar tag. Number type, mark, spacing, comment. If you don't have a rebar tag with a comment, you will need to edit family and create one with a comment. Create a rebar tag with a comment. So I've already created this tag, and the link to download it is in the description. So if you don't want to go through creating this tag yourself, you can just download the one in the description. So I've put in a link to this tag, this rebar tag, in the description. So once you load it in, when you use your aligned multi-rebar notation, you simply edit type and change to the rebar tag that I've created with a comment. Yeah. This will enable your tag to now tag using the comment. So if I continue tagging here, can press spacebar to change the orientation, either horizontal or vertical. Horizontal or vertical. Here, even after placing in the tag, you can still press spacebar and it will change the orientation of your tag. Let me just delete that. So select this and make sure this is show middle. So you need to go through this one by one. Sorry, let me use the align. You need to go through this one by one all around your slab, selecting and showing middle. So you need to do this all around your slab until you have a fully detailed slab like this one. So this is one that I had just done. You can see, begin here and I go all round. Till I come back to the beginning. And you'll see the rebar number in Revit is smart. You'll see, for example, this bar, I know this bar is exactly the same as this one. And you'll see Revit will give them the same rebar number, 02 and 02. So if the bar is exactly the same, dimension-wise, size-wise, any property, if it's exactly the same, Revit will give it the same rebar number. So you need not worry about the rebar number. Revit is quite smart about it. So you'll need to go around your slab, or the way you do your detailing. Some might do it on the inside, but I prefer to do it on the outside, all around my slab. And make sure you've tagged all your bars. Yeah, and then finally, when you're done with that, you might want to do a dimension, maybe grid to grid. So simply use annotate dimension, use align, then place in your dimension, grid to grid. It's always good to show a dimension for guidance. I'll do on two sides, grid to grid. There you have it. Your dimension, your tags. So after you're done, you should have a slab looking like this. The dimension around and the tags all around your slab, and all the bars are showing just one bar, not necessarily middle. I know most of them are showing middle, but most of them have done presentation, and then you select the bar you want to show. Because sometimes showing middle might place the bar inside here, the beam, so it might not be really visible. So you'll still need to edit your presentation and make sure if you don't want to use show middle, that you choose the bar you want to show. Once you're done with that, your slab is fully annotated and now ready for presentation. And that's it for part 3 of the slab series. I hope you enjoyed this. Please like and subscribe for more of this content. And thanks for watching. See you in the next video.